Good morning, Ghana 4. Thank you for staying. And after that exciting bit with Laia Kingston and my colleague Muftau Nabila, I serve you my blunt thoughts. Today I've titled it, Ghana's Leadership Experiment Gone Horribly Wrong, Unveiling the Frauds. A few days ago, Ghana 4, my heart was rent when I saw a video of a woman with a nasty gash on her left temple, the left side of her head. Her head had been clattered, all because she had engaged in some exchanges with a conductor or driver's mate over the fare. Before her, we saw that other man die over 2 Ghana cedis in transport fares, which led to fighting. But let's go back in time. On the 3rd of December 2016, this is what the Vice President, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, said to us. To the taxi and trotro driver who has been hit by high cost of fuel and insurance, you have a chance to vote for change. He also said, 2 days after that, Ghana deserves better, not reckless borrowing and reckless spending of the borrowed money. Hashtag Arise for Change, vote Akufo-Addo. But just you look at the fuel price increments. Cumulative increment of fuel prices between 2017 and 2022. Fuel prices have gone up by, ladies and gentlemen, more than 280% since 2017. 280%. You see, just a few years ago, our vice president was wailing about our economy, from inflation to the exchange rate and everything in between. At the time, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia challenged the Ghana Statistical Service and the Bank of Ghana, asking them to come clean on the credibility of the country's official inflation and exchange rates. He raised these concerns in an article and said the Bank of Ghana rates couldn't possibly be true, and questioned, quote, where in Ghana today can you buy $1 at close to 3 Ghana cedis and 3 pesos, he asked. Today, we are buying it at almost 15 Ghana cedis in spite of the Bank of Ghana's official rates. You told us back then, quote, a look at the reported inflation numbers suggests that something is not right. The rate of increase of prices in 2014 by our collective experience is clearly the highest in recent times, underpinned by the 40% depreciation of the exchange so far this year, increases in petroleum, utility and transportation prices, etc. The prices of most goods and services have virtually doubled and continue to increase daily. That is what you told us in 2016. Do those words ring a bell, Dr. Vice President? Do they? Yeah, look at our fuel prices, exchange rate and inflationary rate today. People's take-home salaries cannot take them home anymore. The cedi, cumulatively, has lost over 54% of its value since the start of this year. 54%! As I speak, businesses are folding up left, right, and center every day. And why not? Look at the inflationary rate and the lending rate. How can businesses possibly cope? The inflation rate for October hit 40.4%. Now look at the breakdown. Look at diesel, year-on-year inflation. 2021-2022, 155.6%. For petrol, almost 112%. For groundnuts, just groundnuts, 111%. Palm oil, that is red oil, 105+%. Washing soap, 104%. Now look at the oils. Sunflower, 102%. Coconut oil, 95%. Look, even women's underwear, 89.2%, and groundnut oil, 89.1%. And look at the sub-classifications. If you look at inflation year on year, now we're buying a sachet of pure water for what? 60 pesos, 50 pesos. Look at that. Water, common water we'll drink, 64.3%. Fruits and vegetables, 54+%. Oils and fats, 39+%. Live animals, meat and other parts, over 40%. Cocoa drinks, we produce cocoa in this country, 21.8%. Now look at the regional breakdown. The eastern region is still topping with over 51%. The Greater Accra region is next with 49%. Even the Savannah region. Look at the Savannah region. How? 47.6%. Western region, 33.5%. The least is the Volta region with 25.8%. Yet I've even seen people complain about that situation. Yet in the midst of all that, we have 322 Ghanaians in Egypt for COP27. Climate change is a major issue. I know. No one can lose sight of that. But to send over 320 people to Glasgow for COP26 and do same for COP27, after all the hue and cry last year, just so shows that some people couldn't care 2 hoots what Ghanaians think. Yes, we've been told government didn't sponsor all of them. But how many in all were sponsored with state funds? Note, Ghana 4, that Ghana, pay attention, has more attendees at COP27 than the United States. the United Kingdom, Germany, South Korea, Singapore, Sweden, Switzerland, the Netherlands, Denmark, and Italy. These are 10 industrialized economies. Yet we have sent a bigger delegation than they did. So regardless of who's paying for whom, is this justified? But here's the stinker. Sharm el-Sheikh, where the event is being organized, is in Egypt. Guess what? Ghana's delegation is bigger than that of the host countries. Yes, just you think about that. Dear Nana Addo, it is either you are leading or you are not. You are either in charge or you are not. You are either capable or you are not. Period. There's no in between. It has been said that it is in times of national turmoil that true leaders show themselves. On that score, Mr. President, you have been absent without leave, unfortunately. We know you know very well how to carry your favorite armchair around with you wherever you go. We also know you are good at speaking in flowery English. Beyond these, can you do anything else, I ask? Can you? If there ever has been a time for you to show real leadership, it is right now. You said we were in an economic crisis the last time you spoke on the economy, after being practically forced to do so because the leader of the main opposition party had beaten you to that leadership role. I'm now skeptical about everything you say, Mr. President. You know why? You looked us in the face and told us that in your first term, Accra would be the cleanest city in Africa. That has proven to be a hoax. In fact, Accra is not even in the top 10 of the cleanest cities in Africa after 6 years of your administration being in power. You recently spoke of import substitution, but you say agrobesoa if you are not. You and your ministers have made countless promises about the Comenda Sugar Factory, which still remains a rust bucket of failure that continues to stain our national conscience. In the meantime, Ghana imported in 2020 alone $151 million in raw sugar, becoming the 45th largest importer of raw sugar globally. In that year, raw sugar was the 24th most imported product into Ghana, and the cycle continues. Think about it. You said just this year that your administration knew how to resuscitate our economy, to bring it back to life. That proved to be another con. Our economy is a joke, and your favorite cousin is still at post. You suggested to us that nepotism, family and friends in government would be a thing of the past if we gave you our mandate. Today, together with a horde of your family and friends, you have succeeded in bringing our country to its knees. You told us in the fight against Galamsey that you would put your very presidency on the line to see it dismantled and the pollution of our land and water resources curbed. Today, these land and water resources are more polluted than they have ever been in our nation's history. And Galamsey is stronger than ever, to the point where Galamseyers working at night even made a video mocking you and your administration. You told us you had the men. We were sold a line, unfortunately. We believed you to be credible, not realizing just what folly we were showing. You vowed to protect the public purse, Mr. President. Under your administration, the public purse cannot even be found. You criticized the borrowing of the previous administration that gave us myriad tangible and self-sustaining projects, which are still serving us today. Roads, hospitals, educational facilities, and more. But what has your profligate borrowing yielded for us, your people? Can you tell me? You told us, yet tisikaso, and so accommodating. Today, yet dasu tisikaso. Yet when we complain about the economy, you shut us up, telling us, sikam pedide. Ayo, you broke down the trade fair, a highly strategic national asset. Do you remember all the expos and exhibitions there from the 90s? Yet, Mr. President, you broke it down, and today we are in a very bad place. How much could all the revenue and taxes we got from there accrue for the nation? You promised to rid our nation of corruption. Today, anyone pointed to in your administration for corrupt acts is shielded through the state machinery. Corruption now has a new lease of life. Every step of the way, you have deceived your own people. But to what end? Fix the country, Mr. President, and cease with the plenty talk. That was what you told former President Mills. It was what you said to former President Mahama. No country was ever built, Mr. President, on talk. But guess what? Talk is dirt cheap. If you have anything to offer the good people of Ghana who trusted you enough to give you a chance to fulfill your lifelong dream of becoming president, it is now. I wish you well. But as I end, I would like you to contemplate this sage African saying. It says, if you close your eyes to facts, you will learn the hard way through accidents. You know the facts, Mr. President. Now get to work before any accidents occur. My name is Benjamin Akaku. These are my blunt thoughts shared with you, raw, hot, unedited, undiluted. God richly bless Ghana and make her great and strong.